Hello, good afternoon. I'm here with the incredible Master Chef, Adrian. I got my teaspoon of cement on. It's official. Boom. And I'm here with the legend, and we're going to be talking all things smoothies. Over to you, Adrian. I won't steal your thunder. Let me pull up the spreadsheet over here so we can have a look.
Lovely. So we're in for a treat today in Johno's kitchen, and we're going to whip up a couple smoothies. We're going to do 2 of them for you guys, and talk a little bit through about balancing smoothies. A lot of chat about it last week or the last few weeks. Siri posted some great options last week on Wednesday. Don't know if you saw that on our Instagram feed. Some super ideas. And what we're going to do here is kind of give you the template of how to build it and keep it balanced and maybe tweak things around for your goals. So smoothies are somewhere we can go wrong quite easy. It's easy to get a hell of a lot of calories in there, but a little bit of sort of wise choices and getting your portions right, matching it if you're on the one-on-one program, getting it in there, sticking it to your plan. We'll run through some ideas with all of that. And Johno is going to get put to work to do some of it.
Yeah, that's me. I can't wait. Let's just say how's it, everyone. I mean, Sanjeev's with us always. Michelle Rogers, how are you guys? Bronwyn Ruin, Colleen Mundell. Always good to have you guys with us. I love the smoothie subject because it's where, like in my opinion, like this is the nutritional guru over here, but it's where people tend to go wrong because there's that impression of thinking what is a healthy smoothie and what's not. You can get it so wrong that it becomes a complete calorie bomb, which you don't want. You know what I mean? So these are really important from that perspective. And I mean, this ingredient looks amazing. I can see cocoa here. I can see avo. It's amazing.
It's a goodness.
Adrian, can you just say to us quickly what are the good principles of putting together a good smoothie? I mean, what are you looking for? Is it what time of the day you're having it? Does it influence what you're putting in it, or?
Not really. So the big thing is portion control.
Yeah.
If we get portions right, we get away with a little bit there. You'll know our one-on-one guys in your plans. We give you flexibility, but portion control is the way we win. And then it's a little bit of sort of wise choices around what those are made up of. So I'll run you through kind of the basis of it. I've got a little jug here that we're going to use. It's for the NutriBullet.
Sorry about that. There we go.
And there are a couple important things that need to go into a smoothie. The sort of starting with it, and as you see, sort of everything we kind of talk about, protein, fiber, fat. The same holds true for smoothies. So whenever you're starting building a smoothie, make sure you start with some protein. Yogurt's kind of the easy one. You can do a little bit of protein powder if you want to. You can do some milk. You can do some soy milk if you want to. But make sure that there's some protein. And an easy thing to go for is getting protein and your sort of carbohydrate source about the same. So what we're going to do is do some yogurt and fruit. That's normally what is the basis of smoothies. But getting your fruit and your yogurt portion kind of matching each other 1-to-1 is a nice, easy way to go. And then simply choose your fruit based on your goals. So we've got some lovely berries here, which low carb, so looking for fat loss, looking to keep it a little bit leaner. We bulk it up with berries. If you want some extra fuel, you'll go for bananas or apples or something that's a little bit higher carbohydrate. So talking about timing there, it's a good question from Johno. If you go slightly higher carb, it might be for fueling needs if you're going to be training, but if you want to keep things nice and tight, we'll go for some berries instead. Next up, I always try to get some greens in there. So you'll see some baby spinach over there. It's easy. Adds loads of nutritional value, but you don't really taste it. So compared to adding another veg, which you might taste, you can always also use some green powders. There's loads of sort of dehydrated veg powders out there, which are a nice way just to get some extra nutrition in. So one of the values of smoothies is people who don't eat veg, kids who might not like it too much. It's an easy way to bang it in there, blend it up. You lose the flavor, but you still get all the good nutrition out of it. And it's a nice way to go. We finish it off with a little bit of fat and a little bit of flavor. And those are the smallest portions in there. And the last thing is liquid, which when we're building, I'll chat a bit more about. But fruit juice is obviously going to add loads of calories, loads of sugar. So we like to stay away from that. In my options, we're doing some almond milk. because it's very low calorie. It just gives a bit of flavor. You can use water, you can use ice or almond milk, or if you need the extra energy, that's where your fruit juice will out. So breaking it down into the different components, getting your portions right, and we're going to go through 2 options around that in a minute.
Amazing. I think that tip also for the kids. I mean, like that's what we do. We put loads of greens and we just add it in. It's just a way of getting more greens in for the kids as well when we make those smoothies. So nice little tip there. Just want to say hi to everyone.
Smoothie operator.
Yeah.
Smoothie.
Woo. Guys, how's it? Kirsten Robin Smith, all you guys, Jill from the member, amazing. Tara Brown's with us, who just signed up on the 1-on-1 program. This is perfect for Kyle, Taryn. Tell Kyle he needs to get a bit more muscle on him because he doesn't have a chest anymore, so he needs it. So we can get some more protein up for him. Sharon Hers, how's it, guys? Just a quick one before we get started here. Remember, we're on a mission to hit 50,000 people in our Jeff Together group. If you didn't hear this morning, we are 333 people away. So please invite your friends to come to the Jeff Together group. Once that happens, we're going to release some incredible things for you guys in the form of like a surprise. But trust me, you want to be there. So if you can, please invite your friends to join the Jeff Together group. Even better, join the Jeff membership. But we got to get 330 people by the end of the day. So boom, over to you. Let's get cracking. I'm excited.
Cool. Let's do our first one. So I don't know if you saw Johno's little intro video before this. There are 2 smoothies we're doing today. One is a cocoa, coffee, and avo, which sounds quite out there, but it's so filling and satisfying, and it's got all the components we're talking about, which is great. So we're going to knock that one off. And then just a nice sort of purple and green. So we're going to get our baby spinach and some berries in. So, Johno, which one do you want to start with?
I think we got Avo.
Cool, let's do it. So, guys, what we'll do with both of them, we've got our container. Start with your protein. So we're going to do some yogurt. Ooh. And obviously the other thing here, this is all about meal prep. So as we go here, I'm going to chat you through some things, but it's super simple to do this and portion it out and stick a whole lot of these in the freezer so you can stick it in your blender in the morning, sort of in between meals, whatever you need to do. Everything's going to freeze. You just need some liquid and it'll go. So what I quite like doing with my yogurt is putting it into little ice cube trays, and you can just freeze it, pop it out, portion it, show you an example of, you can get some Ziplocs, where's the camera, or just some little containers like that, stick everything in there in the freezer, put it out into your NutriBullet or your blender, blend it up, and you're good to go. Right, amazing. So keep that in mind. All right, so Johno, do you want to dish us some yogurt?
Yes.
All right.
How many? What am I going? How many spoons?
We're going about 4, so we want half a cup.
Okay, so we go 1, 2. Oh, this looks delicious. 3 and 4. Yes, the Rhino is skilled in the kitchen too. That's why Jules married me.
Now we've got some fruit. So for this one, I've done pears. Okay. Pears go really nicely with it, and I also just wanted to show you tinned fruit is cool. Nothing wrong with it. So tinned, frozen, particularly like with the berries we're going to get to just now. It's not always in season, so I was at Woolies and berries were like $100 for a container, but you can get frozen for $50, and they most probably fresher than the ones that you get in the fridge.
Another tip:
we learn something
every day.
Cool. So, okay.
How much tea am I going to give?
We want the same size as that.
Okay.
So we're going to put pears in to get to the same size.
Just as they're waiting over here. Oh, these pears look delicious.
Cool.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Oh, looks delicious.
Okay. So we've got pears and we've got avo. Then the next component is our healthy fats addition. So in this one, we're doing avocado. However you're building this to get your flavors, you might use some nuts, some peanut butter, some almond butter, some coconut milk, anything like that. If you're on our 1-on-1 program, check what your portions are, and that's how you'll kind of play around. It's normally maybe 1 portion of fat in your meal, and it's 35 grams, about a quarter of avo. Just want to scoop that in there.
100%. And this looks like a delicious avo, might I add. There you go.
Lovely. Okay, then the next component, so we're getting away with veg here because the avo's in there. We could green it up and put a little bit more baby spinach, because why not? It just adds nutrition and fiber, which is what we're about. And then it's flavors. So this one, we're doing coffee and cocoa. So flavors go well. It can be herbs and spices, some mint, some cinnamon, whatever you kind of feel like. They're all on the sort of calorie-free end of it. So we've got a teaspoon of coffee. Pop that in.
Here we go.
And a teaspoon of cocoa powder.
Amazing. Here we go.
Super simple.
Okay.
And the last thing is liquid. So you can use ice, you can use water. Like I said, I'm using some almond milk because it's low calorie and it's just going to give us a little bit more flavor, a little bit creamier than water. But compared to normal milk or soy milk or rice milk or any of those, it's the lowest calorie of the lot. So we're getting some calories from our yogurts and our avos, so we want to keep it balanced. All right.
There was just a quick question here, which I think was quite important. Marnie said, should you check for sugar content if you buy fruit in a can? And how do you judge?
Yeah, so as an example, I was in Woolies and I thought applesauce for the next smoothie. Really cool because it's pretty much just cooked up apples. And I took these, there were two of them. There was a Pink Lady and a Granny Smith. Just compared them, and the one you had per 100, it was 20 grams of carbs, and the other one was 14. So I just went for the lower one because I wanted to keep it a little bit leaner. But the thing with most of the fruits that we use, if we're getting our portions right, I've got a visitor. Do you want to go say hello?
Okay, we're just cooking. Sorry, Hunter. Would you like to come watch us?
You want to see the smoothies, Hunter?
Okay, well, okay, good call.
We're getting most of the syrup off. So if it's tinned in water, a little bit, most of it will have a little bit of syrup in it, but get that off, get your portions right, and that's the most important thing of it. Okay.
One more question before we go on.
Yeah.
Fat-free yogurt or full cream yogurt?
Okay, so this example is full cream,
which I like.
I don't understand. I've most probably said this a couple of times, but I don't understand double cream yogurt, which is full cream yogurt and cream, and it's just extra fat. You're going to get dairy fat is pretty good from a health perspective. So what we get in some yogurt like that is cool. In here, in your full cream, per 100 grams is 4 grams of fat. When you go down to low fat, it's about 2.5, and when you're fat free, it's about half. So you're saving 2 grams of fat.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, there are loads easier ways to control your fat in your diet. So taking some oil out when you're cooking, or better cooking methods, or better food choices as opposed to dairy. Base it on what you like. So if you like skimmed milk or fat-free yogurt, totally cool. If you like the low fat or you like the full cream, don't do the double cream.
Amazing.
Cool. So last little bit, liquid just to cover it.
Okay,
so
cool.
we've got the almond milk going.
Cool. So say when. Oh, do it. There we go. Happy? There we go. Beautiful.
Cool.
Looks delicious.
Done. Simple.
Oh, this looks great.
Let's it up.
I'm gonna have to bring Julie Mary Mankeys in here to give this a little try. So we put it in the blender over here. How do I do this? There we go.
Push it down. Turn it on.
Oh, there we go.
The noise. There we go.
Ooh.
Give it a little shake. Get everything together. Sounds good.
Little 2 seconds left here. Okay.
Danelle says she makes her own applesauce, which is great. Just in a pressure cooker, a little bit of cinnamon, great way to go. And you can use it to sweeten things nicely without you get loads of flavor from it. But you don't get sort of a hell of a lot of calories. So it's a nice way to get a little bit of sweetness into something. All right.
This looks delicious. All right. So
Done.
what we'll do is we'll give this a little taste from each side. Guys, this looks absolutely sensational. So let's give this a taste. Cheers, my man.
To 50,000.
Ooh, my word. That is good. That, you see, this, the difference between this and one of these traditional smoothies that you'll buy ready-made or anything like that, that is just packed with goodness, and you can taste it. It doesn't have that rich sugar, like overbearing taste. It's packed with goodness. It's delicious.
Nice and thick.
Ooh.
If you have that for breakfast, it's going to keep you full until lunch. I promise you that. So there's nice fiber from the avo, a little bit from the spinach in there. We've got the protein and a little bit of healthy fat from the dairy and the avo as well. Got some flavor in coffee, cocoa, and it's a nice little boost for the morning, a little bit of caffeine hit. Not too sweet. So what a way to start.
That's delicious. Do you want me to clean this up for the next one?
Which
one is that one?
Let's
Okay, I'll rinse it out. Over to you.
I saw, someone was buying some frozen mixes for smoothies. So you do get some pre-packed portions these days, but do it yourself. It's a nice, easy way to control things as well. You know exactly what's going in there. Super simple. What's quite nice with baby spinach as well, if you steam it, obviously spinach cooks down to nothing. And again, you put it in your little ice trays. The more ice trays you have, the better it's going to be. All your leftovers can go in there. So you can freeze some wilted down spinach. You can freeze a couple yogurt cubes. If you want a bit more protein in your yogurts, a little sort of tablespoon of whey powder, you can flavor it up. You can do a chocolate one, you can do a vanilla one, whatever. Make little cubes of those. Coconut milk freezes really nicely. That can go into your smoothies. And then all your little individually sort of quick frozen fruit pieces like we've got here, you can find. So that's what our next one's going to be. We're going to do a berry and baby spinach.
Well, that is delicious. Okay,
so I'm sure you guys can remember the deal now. We're going to do exactly the same. So yogurt and fruit, 1-to-1. All right.
Okay.
So let's get your clean spoon there, Johno.
There we go. 4, huh? 1, 2, yes, I can count. 3, and 4. Boom. Okay.
People who do Johno sessions in the morning thinks he can't count because sometimes it takes 30 seconds to get to 20 seconds.
Funny yoke.
Right, so yogurt's in there. You want to pour in some berries so it's the same size?
These are my favorite, these berries. So when's it? Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so we've gone for berries because they lower carb than other fruits. If you want more fuel, Johno's got some bananas kicking around here. Those always go nicely in there. You can also freeze some bananas and they make it super creamy once it all blends up. Whatever fruit you like to match your goals. So we've gone 1-to-1 there. I mentioned getting frozen stuff, totally cool. What you often find is frozen things come off the bush or the tree or whatever and they get frozen pretty much at source. So it locks all the goodness in. Whereas fresh things go through various cold chains and it might be a couple of days before it gets to the shelf or to you. So don't knock frozen fruit and veg. Stock it up, super useful. So we've got our fruit and our berries in there. Do you want to grab a handful of spinach and just chuck them on top?
A handful of spinach, chuck it in there.
Okay.
Nice way to get the greens on.
Our healthy fat here, we're going to do some nut butter.
Right.
So one portion for our one-on-one members is a tablespoon. So you just bang a tablespoon in there.
Nice big tablespoon. Nut butter. Delicious. Let it go.
Yeah.
Hands are clean, so don't stress.
I won't drink this one.
Delicious.
Cool. So we don't need too much flavor in here. If you wanted to pop a little bit of mint in there, it might be quite nice. Flavors are sort of optional. You can always blend it, taste it. If it's not sweet enough, a little bit of honey if you're on the one-on-one daily allowance for things like that. If it's not sweet enough, we might pop a little bit of apple sauce in there. But let's see how those berries go. If they're nice, good quality, they could be pretty sweet enough. So last thing is fluid. So top it with water, or we've just got almond milk in front of us, so you can just
do that. Put almond milk on top. Top in there.
Done.
There we go.
Cool.
Amazing. I think there's quite a few questions coming up about branded protein powder, which is the best one to use and stuff. I mean, I'm not such a fan of protein powder. I've always thought you can find an alternative in a natural way. But I think
like we've done here with yogurt.
Exactly. So, you're just going to be clever with your diet and get the right things and the right amount of protein in this from a recovery point of view, because protein powder is just going to assist with adding that protein intake to aid for recovery at the end of the day. But I don't think we really endorse any product and which is the best one and which not. But it's just up to you for your choice if you want to add it in. or if you need to add it in. But the ox hasn't been using it for 20 years, and I'm still alive and kicking.
Look at his chest.
Big barreling chest. I like them boo. I like them chunky. Okay, so we're going to blend this thing out.
So we're going to blend that one out.
Just shake it up. Oh, this looks good. Delicious. Let me get 2 new fresh glasses over there for you.
Kabibi asked me about the protein powder of the weekend as well, because it's in a couple of our recipes. I've spoken about it, and she just wanted to know why, really. The answer was simple. It was just because sometimes it makes things easier. So there's nothing better about it. And 100% food first, because dairy, for example, we're getting the protein, we're getting some B vitamins, we're getting some healthy fat with it. If we're obviously using meat and chicken and fish to get our protein in, we get all the other benefits from that as well. The only time I go for it is when it makes it easier to build a dish or get something in, or you don't have the food available and it's quick and easy and you can do that. It's logistically, it's the only kind of real benefit to it.
Look at that. Beautiful coloring.
Beautiful and pink.
Cheers.
Nice.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Jules, if you're watching upstairs, come and taste this.
Lunch is served.
Mm.
So 2 pretty easy ones. One that's thick and creamy and loaded with goodness from the Avo, and they're all built from yogurt. One that's a little bit lighter with your berries, a bit more summery. So just give you some ideas of kind of how to build, where to build, and do a little bit of prep of them, get your portioning done, stick it in the freezer for the week, do 4 or 5 of them, you can pour them out quickly, blend them, and you're good to go.
Just some questions here. Could we use chia seeds instead of nut butter?
Yeah. So good sources of fat if you want them. So nuts, seeds, shaved coconut would be cool. Coconut milk, nut butters or seed butters, any of those are fine. And you could even do a little bit of oil in there if you kind of really wanted to. But anything that's of that nature would be your fat source.
Alrita says she wants to know if this is overkill. She adds a raw egg, dates, and raw oats with a banana and peanut butter smoothie for breakfast.
So I'm always wary of raw eggs from a food safety point of view. So I'd never advise using it. You do get some pretty cool things in the market now that are pasteurized eggs, so you can use those. I'd just be safer if you wanted to. But the rest of it, it is quite carb heavy, so it just depends on your goals, Alrita. Obviously, you've got the dates with the oats with the banana. So if that matches your goals, cool. You've got the fat in there, which is great, and just balance out the protein to kind of match that, and maybe go on the side of safety.
Good. There was another question. It's like, how much liquid do you add? With just the volume of all the ingredients. Eh?
So it's just to kind of cover the ingredients, and you can play with it. So if you want something a little bit thicker, just tone down the liquid, or if you've done it and it's come out a little bit thick and you want it to go down a bit easier, just top it up slightly. So if your liquid is low calorie or calorie free, it doesn't really matter how much you use.
Awesome. Another question coming through here. If Michelle's allergic to avos and bananas, what else could she get to the nutritional value to get creaminess or feeling?
So often when you freeze your fruit, you're going to get a much creamier end product to it. So the berries, for example, because they were frozen instead of fresh, they actually, once they get blended up, because of the ice in there, you're going to get a much creamier thing. So you'll get that without having to add a banana or an avo. Obviously, if you've used some yogurts, that's great. You could use some, if you sort of trying to limit your dairy, you could go coconut milk, and that'll give you a nice little creamy bit, and that would be your fat source. And obviously, if you added some nut butter or anything, that's also going to be creamy. So there's a lot of things that'll add to that texture with that. But if it's cold, everything will be much creamier.
That was amazing. I think such good tips, guys. I mean, you can go, your perception of what is a good smoothie and a bad smoothie is like, you can go wrong very, very easily. So it's obviously just for me, it's like simple. Choose your ingredients, get your portions right of it, and have it at the right time for what you need. And according to, I think someone asked here about when can they have it on their one-on-one program? Ask your coach. Your coach will help you through and guide you through when it is good for you as an individual to be taking in a smoothie at whatever stage it may be. Guys, really, really cool. I would save these ingredients and try them at home. One thing about nutrition for me is if you're going to put the effort in, you're going to get the reward out. If you're going to be lazy in your preparation, you're going to be lazy in your execution of eating, don't expect a result. It's so important to do this and taste your food and just, taste the goodness of eating clean, eating healthy. This is amazing, man. This is delicious. I haven't made a smoothie in so long, and now I'm in it.
Winter, we forget about it. Summer's on its way, guys. That's why we need to be getting into shape. We want to get the beach body going.
Yes.
And it's almost spring, so these things are going to start coming out the woodworks again. So
100%. And just on that, that's what we're going to be launching out this week. We are going to be stepping into summer in September. It's going to be amazing. There is so much going on from a connection point of view. We're going to be meeting you in person all around the country. We're going to be making that happen. We've got an incredible charity drive this month too. I can't wait to share that ingredients. I mean, the detail of that for you. But more importantly, we have to hit 50,000 on Jeff Together before I can offer you that incredible surprise. Please invite a friend. There's 75 of you. If you all just get 3 people, we hit our target. Please invite a friend and target them and say, join Jeff Together. Just join it. It's for free. Join Jeff Together. And then they can become members afterwards. But let's get to 50,000 and then we can offer that surprise to you guys. It's going to benefit everyone. Please, 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 please do it. This was really, really good. Thanks, Ed. I really enjoyed this. Actually, I want to get in the kitchen more often.
Is that a promise?
Yeah. I'm keen. No, I just don't get invited. It took me ages to earn this one with my teaspoon of cement.
Been upgraded to the teaspoon of cement.
There we go. Boom. Love it.
Any last questions? Got a couple of minutes just to hang out, guys.
Yeah.
Lindsay, 100 grams fresh fruits and 100 grams frozen, pretty much the same. So it'll be a little bit denser because of the ice in there, but it's, in terms of our portioning, particularly on our one-on-one program, 100 grams of fruits is that one portion. If it's fresh or frozen or tinned or whatever, use that as your one. Okay.
Will you post it on the group?
Yeah, we've got loads of recipes going into the app pretty soon. I'll put together a few more of these. Smoothies are going to be a great easy one. Meal prep. I saw someone mention Jeff and a fix for lunch, so they can be your lunch. There's nothing wrong with having a liquid lunch as long as all the ingredients are in there for breakfast, whatever, as long as it matches your goals. But yeah, I'm here to serve you guys. So if you want some more recipes, that's what I'll do.
100%. And I think one important one is, guys, use your app. It's a big thing. We're going to have education around using your app, looking in there where the ingredients are, logging your workouts, etc. The more information and data we get of people using those certain structures, using recipes, inputting their data, time trained, calories burnt, etc. It's going to help us serve you better. So data is key for us. So the more you use it, the better it is going to be for us. So guys, please get into that app. All the ingredients, they're going to put the ingredients and all the recipes, etc. on the app. Use it, utilize it. If you haven't done it, just off the Jeff members page, download it and get cracking on that app. It is insane. So yeah, Lisa Patrick wants.
You're still there. Oat milk is fine. It will just be slightly higher carbohydrate than almonds, so there'll be a little bit more calories to it. But if you're keeping your portions in check, that's fine. So just make sure it matches your goals.
Amazing.
All right.
Awesome. Cool. So, sorry, you said a bit of a wobbly on the internet over there, but hopefully it's back up and running again. There we go. So that was really informative. Guys, can you please remember for today, you've got the lit session at 4 o'clock. Then you've got the Hoppers 5 hit session. The 4 o'clock is going to be it's with Ryan and Tara today. And then it's going to be with Capano at Hoppers 5, and then we'll see you tomorrow morning. Help us get to 50,000. Please, we've got to get there. I want to launch this out tomorrow for you guys. It's just like, it's waiting. It's like, oh, this is a crack house. I need to open up for you. Help us get there. We can't get there without you, so make it happen. Please, guys. Thanks for joining us. That was cool. The legend, Master Jeff, over here. I wish I could be as good as him in the kitchen, but I'm not. But I'll put my best foot forward and try.
But we're getting it.
We get it. But it was awesome to spend the
Wednesday
afternoon.
nights, guys. We've got another cook, and I'm in the kitchen with Coach Kaylee. We've got a lovely little Asian stir fry.
Ooh.
I'm doing the 24-volt beef version, and Kaylee's going to whip up a little vegan one.
Are you doing two? Right. So we're doing a vegan and
all in one, the things we do. And then Friday, we've got another Jeff Ed's nutrition. We're talking all about the 1.5 days.
Amazing. I want to try get into that. I'd like to get into that. I actually quite enjoyed it. I think we made a good combo. What do you think? Cookbook coming up next. I think we should just do it in our aprons, just like this. Okay, it's there.
Just in the apron.
Just in the apron. Bums out, it'll be fun. Anyway, why not? Guys, have an awesome day. Thanks so much. Master Jeff himself, Adrian Penzel. Some might say he was born in Maritzburg, but others, now he's taken over Cape Town. What a legend. Guys, have an awesome day, and then see you guys a bit later. You legends. Have an awesome day. Bye.
I am fiercely feminine because I'm strong, I'm independent, I stand up for what I believe in, and I stand up for what's right. I am so proud and privileged to be a woman. Join us in being fiercely feminine, and let's support each other today and every day moving forwards.